What's going on YouTube, man? UFC 316 prediction and breakdowns. I'm gonna start with the early prelims, go all the way up to the main event. I'm not gonna lie, some of these I could give you the guru spiel about giving my reaction and breakdown to each fight. I'm not doing that. Some of these I'm not breaking down. I'm gonna just skim through most of these in the early prelims. Starting with though Markel Medeiros versus my boy Baby Shark. Rufus Bread, man. Don't know him IRL. I just know, Rufus Bread. I train at Rufus Bread. Current APFC lightweight champ. He got called up, I want to say last week or 2 weeks ago for this fight. I want to say last week. Got called up last week for this fight. I'm pretty sure he's an underdog. I don't condone betting. When y'all start following me and shit, and motherfuckers reach out to me to try to sponsor me and shit, and it's betting companies, I'm not taking it. Bro, I'm not. But if I was to, put your money on Baby Shark. Moving on, Quillen Salkield versus Yanal Ashmus. I'm going with Quillen Salkield by first round TKO. He's way too long for him, way too rangy, he's just better in every aspect of fighting than Yanal. First round KO. Moving on. Jusang Yu versus Jakai. I'm going Jusang Yu, and I'm moving on. I can't talk about why I'm laughing. Wayne Kong versus Ariane De Silva. I'm going with Wayne Kong, second round KO. Silva is not an MMA fighter. She's just another woman that I don't know how she's still on the roster. She's 17-10. She can't strike. She can't do anything. Wayne Kong is one of 6 women's fighters that knows how to strike. Knows how to throw a jab convincingly. Sad that she lost that last fight. She got fucking rocked and then subbed. That was fucked up. Derailing another prospect. The only women's prospect that we have outside of everybody dick riding, Natalia Silva. But I'm going Wayne Kong. I could see the first round being like a feel out round. I could see this going to the ground in the first round. And then in the second round, it's like, oh, we're so fucking bored. And all of a sudden, at like the 2-minute mark, or not like the 3.5-minute mark, we just, oh, she's out. Joe Rogan's out. I can see it. Wayne Kong, second round KO. Moving on, Chaos Williams versus Andreas Gustafsson. I want to know who's the favorite for this because I'm going Gustafsson. Chaos Williams, I can't count on Chaos Williams to win a fight. I think, what was his last one? His last one was Barboza, or not Barboza. His last one was on that Barboza card in last May. And then he got knocked. No, he didn't get knocked out. He got subbed 3 months ago. It's June, so he got subbed in February. So whatever. I think, whatever. He lost his last fight by submission, and that was this year. Fuck if it was February or not. And Gustafsson had, I think he had his KO. He had his KO on the Contender Series, and now he's got the call to Chaos Williams. I'm not counting on Chaos Williams to win in 2025. I got Gustafsson by decision, by a very boring decision, I should say. Not a very boring decision, but Chaos Williams is not a good fighter to me, so I got Gustafsson by decision. Moving on, Sergey Spivak versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. I'm going Sergey Spivak. I think Sergey can lay on Acosta. Excuse me. Sergey Spivak is very untalented heavyweight, and I thought Acosta would have been a little better than he was, but I overrated him. And he doesn't do it for me every time I watch him fight. What was his last fight that I watched? I was just like, bro, this nigga sucks. The Ryan Spann fight was fucking ass. Not ass. But the Ryan Spann fight, it just had me looking at him like, bro, the first round, I'm like, dude, why is Ryan Spann doing this to you? And I know it's lighter man skill, but Ryan Spann just fucking sucks. So it's just odd. I'm going with Sergey Spivak, laying on him to a 29-28 decision. You know, maybe he gets rocked in the second round. Sergey takes the first round, gets rocked in the second, and then, you know, third round, lays on top of him. Another heavyweight fight. Who fuck cares? Moving on. Azamat Murzakanov versus Brinson Ribeiro. I'm not thinking about this fight, by the way. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm going Azamat Murzakanov, obviously, to beat Brinson Ribeiro. Murzakanov is a pretty good fighter. He's a decent fighter. And I'm sure he's a fucking 8 million to 1 favorite. Let's see. Really? No fucking way. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going Murzakanov by KO in round 3. Don't really want it. Brinson Ribeiro is an untalented fighter. He's very unserious to me. Moving on. Bruno Silva versus Joshua Van. I can't wait for this fight. Joshua Van is one of my favorite fighters, and I fucking hate Bruno Silva. He's such he just got a bitch ass face. Now he's got a chin on him. You know, he got a chin on him, and he's not completely unskilled, but Joshua Van's too slick, man. He's way too slick. He's the future of flyweight. His takedown defense is great. I know Bruno Silva, he likes to try to resort to the takedown once he starts to feel like he's being outclassed on the feet. He's not going to be able to do that against Joshua Van. Similar to the Manel Cap fight, you know, it's not going to be that crazy where Manel Cap was, you know, styling on him and all that. But I think Joshua Van is way better in every aspect of fighting than Bruno Silva, honestly. I think Van will, but the one thing about Van is he's small as shit for flyweight, which is wild. So, and he does not have like that, he don't got that touch. And Bruno Silva's got a chin. So, I'm going to go Joshua Van by 30-27 decision. You know, first round's close, then Van just picks it up at the end, carries the momentum into the second round. Second round skunk. Third round, he starts to coast a little bit, maybe gas a little bit, because his gas tank has been kind of iffy in his career. Lately, it hasn't been, but I could see him, because Bruno Silva is persistent, so I could see Bruno Silva trying to catch up, but then Joshua Van just fucking his goofy ass up. Joshua Van 30-27 decision. And we're moving on to the main card. We got Vicente Luque versus Kevin Holland. Vicente Luque, please beat Kevin Holland, man. Fucking hate Kevin Holland. I mean, we all know Kevin Holland. I got Vicente Luque by second round submission. As we know, Kevin Holland has no ground game. He seems to have better odds in his ground game at welterweight. He seems to do way better at welterweight than he is at middleweight. But Vicente Luque, you know, his last fight, he looked fucking incredible against, you know, the scammer. I could see the first round. I could see Kevin Holland winning the first round, you know, using that range. What Kevin Holland's 6'3", Luque's what, 5'11"? I probably seen that, but I knew that. The fuck? I knew that. Anyway, I could see him at range just picking them apart with straight shots kind of in the first round. I could see it. And then Luque in the second round, you know, they're trading in the pocket, and then Luque hit him with a left hook. You know, Holland does that thing where he wants to be buddy-buddy with everybody in the octagon, and then they smiling at each other, and then Luque backs him up against the cage, goes for a double, slam him, get on top. I could see a Darce again, honestly. I could see him Darcing Kevin Holland. Second round submission for Vicente Luque. And he's an underdog too. Wow. Anyway, moving on. Patchy Mix versus Mario Batista. Damn, this main card is dog shit. Patchy Mix, Mario Batista. I'm going Patchy Mix. Patchy Mix. Mario Batista's fucking ass, bro. I know it's like the thing to hate on Mario Batista because we should, but Mario Batista's fucking ass. Like he sucks. He doesn't do anything well at all in fighting. He doesn't, especially against higher competition. I mean, all respect to Jose Aldo, but Patchy Mix is not Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo is not Patchy Mix. He's not. Patchy Mix is gonna crowd Mario Batista, make him very, very uncomfortable, like he does to everybody he fights. He's gonna make him uncomfortable. He's gonna put him up against the cage. And Patchy Mix, the thing is with him is he wins the fight by the smartest way he can. He's gonna take the risks, but he's so high level that his risks are just gonna be so dominant, especially against someone like Mario Batista. I can see him. Close your fucking eyes. Close your eyes. Close your fucking eyes. I could see him starting off the fight just piecing Mario Batista up on a cage. Boom, bop, 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 boom, boom, bop. The fuck? I can see him piecing him up, right? He's walking him against the cage. Keep your eyes closed. Walking up against the cage. Holding him there. Like he did Aldo. Like Batista did Aldo. Keep your eyes closed. Holding him there like Aldo. Right? Knee him in the thigh. Knee him in the thigh. The crowd's going boo, boo, boo. Patchy Mix. Pick him up. Slam him. Hook in the back. Hook in the back. Just fucking doing him in on the side of the head. You know what I'm saying? Batista trying to cover up. You know that bitch ass voice he got. Keep your eyes closed. And then Patchy Mix gets under his neck, rolls to his left. Honestly, Mario Batista's about to pay. He's about to go out. He's about to go up, but then he penny taps, so then we don't get to see him go to sleep. Boom. Open your eyes. That's what's gonna happen. Patchy Mix by first round submission. RNC. I called it there. Moving on to the feature fight of Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. I'm going Joe Pyfer by first round KO. I mean, Kelvin Gastelum in 2025, like come on, bro. The fact that this is one of Izzy's hardest fights is fucking crazy. Kelvin Gastelum is not skilled at all. He's a fat blob who can't make weight. Joe Pyfer isn't that skilled at all, but he hits hard as a motherfucker, and he's way longer than Kelvin Gastelum, and he's just better than Kelvin Gastelum on the feet. I can just see him crumbling Gastelum up against the cage, similar to what he did at International Fight Week last year, I believe that was. I can just see him just knocking him the fuck out. Like, this fight is, I don't know why this is, out of all the fights to put on an Apex card, when we still have the Apex, it's this one. Not the feature fight of a fucking Sean O'Malley card. Joe Pyfer by fucking first round knockout, man. I don't want to see Kelvin Gastelum fight in the UFC again. Moving on to the co-main event of Juliana Pena taking on Kayla Harrison for the bantamweight title. I'm going with Kayla Harrison, obviously. Juliana Pena is not good at fighting at all. Is she even a chin merchant? Because she's tough as fuck. Don't get me wrong. Juliana is tough as fuck. But she cannot fight. She can't fight. And Kayla Harrison, if she can make 135.0 or 134.5, we've never seen her do it. But if she can, she's going to win this fight. She like dog shit against Ketlin Vieira, if I'm being honest. But she's too dominant on the ground to be even. She's way too fucking dominant on the ground for somebody like Juliana Pena. I think in the first round, it'll be a stupid, typical stand-up. You know, we're trying to we're trying to feel each other out on the feet stupidly. But I think Kayla Harrison, in her head, she's like, bro, I'm better than this bitch. Like, I will beat the fuck out of her. And I think Kayla Harrison is smart. So she will take Juliana Pena down in the first round. And I think she will beat her up on the ground in the first round. But I don't think she will get her out of there in the first round because Pena is tough. And again, I can't even discuss what Pena could do in this fight because she's that fucking bad at fighting. I'm not joking. She does nothing well in fighting. I can't even give you a proper breakdown because she's not good at fighting. She throws Ronda Rousey punches and runs forward, and she's just tough. She has a chin. That's it. Kayla Harrison is a dog on the ground, against certain people apparently. I think she gets her out of there in the third round, like a back-mounted TKO. I could just see it. Like, this fight is going to be fucking boring in the first 2 rounds, and then it's going to be boring in the third round, but then Kayla Harrison just does enough with back mount, and Pena can't really do anything, and she gets her out of there. And then we finally get to see an entertaining women's fight in the big 2025 of Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison, which should be a very, very fun fight. But this is a time where you need to have 3 title fights on one card. It is. 3 title fights on one card. And then this could be the feature fight. Honestly. Yeah. Kayla Harrison by third round TKO. Moving on to the main event. Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley. Sugar Sean. I'm going with Merab. I don't see anyone making 135 pounds that could beat Merab, honestly. Sean O'Malley is good. Sean O'Malley is great. He's entertaining. He would be better for the division moving forward and for the popularity of the UFC. He should win just for those reasons. But Merab is, like, I know it gets stretched enough. And, I get Merab's cardio it's undeal-withable, honestly. It really is. At this point, I've seen him fight everybody, and it's impossible to deal with. He's fought every fighter known to man that you can think of with every type of style, and he just breaks them all down the exact same way. And there's nothing that Sean O'Malley showed me in their last fight. He had a torn labrum. I don't know how much that will affect you, obviously, especially on stuff and takedowns in your training camp and all of that. But I don't think that was the problem. I don't think stuffing the takedowns were the problem for O'Malley in the last fight that much. I think O'Malley is good. Sean O'Malley is good, and he's a good shot finder. But because he was hitting Merab, but he seems to have the same problem that somebody like what's a fighter that I'm trying to think about, like Alex Pereira, my favorite fighter ever. He kind of had that same problem that Alex Pereira had of not committing to a shot because you don't want to get taken down. And there's nothing, he had a torn labrum, but you don't want to get taken down by Merab. And I think you need to accept that you are going to get taken down by Merab. But I can't see Sean O'Malley trying to commit to and the problem about him is Ilia Topuria explained this on the podcast with Joe Rogan. Too many of these fighters, they go bop bop, and that's all they throw. Whereas Ilia goes bop 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 bop. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's throwing 6, 7, 8 punch combos, and Sean O'Malley is a 1-2 or a 3-2. You know what I'm saying? Or a T. Like, I think you got to put pressure on Merab and put in, like, really make him feel something. But I don't think Sean O'Malley can do that. I think Merab will just run through him like he did in the first fight. As memeable as Merab is with he's not good at fighting. All he has is cardio and the ability to fail takedowns. When I was watching their first fight, he was doing a lot of things that in the moment when I'm watching, I'm like, damn, it's 12 o'clock in the morning. I want to see some fucking action. But he was winning the fight like he was in dominant position, doing work. And, it's Merab. Like, there's not a world where I see him losing a decision, first of all. So he has to get knocked out. And do I see Sean O'Malley knocking out Merab? I can't see it. I can't see Sean O'Malley being able to find that shot like how he found against Aljo. First of all, he won't be able to find that shot because Merab's moving too much. And his entrances to initiate action is different than Aljo's. And I think once they're too close, they are too close, and Merab is not letting up. And, I could see the first round going to Merab. I could see the second round going to Merab. I could see Sean winning the third, and then I could see Merab winning the fourth, and I could see Merab winning the fifth. It's Merab, bro. He's going to just do what he does every fight. Jittery, high guard. Throwing them stupid ass strikes. Throw a high kick out there. And then he's going to shoot, and then he's going to have O'Malley on the fucking ground. And that's how I see it. And then they're going to have to book Merab versus Corey Sandhagen. Anyway, I got Merab 49-46 decision over Sean O'Malley. And that's what we got for the rest of the card, man. Those are my predictions. That is my breakdown of UFC 316. Hope y'all enjoyed the vid. Stay tuned. I got a vid coming that I haven't seen anybody even think about thinking of. I'm going to be the first one. And it's going to be a good video. So stay tuned. Y'all have a blessed night, man. I'm out.